This is an update on the Trump Media stock, symbol DJT. Based on information provided by financial websites like Yahoo Finance, Trump Media currently has 176.7 million shares outstanding. At today's closing price of $51.84, that is for May 30th, 2024, the DJT market capitalization is about 9.16 billion. A realistic estimate after the first quarter results for 2024 revenues would be somewhere in the $3 to $4 million range at a 9.16 billion market capitalization, and using 4 million in annual revenue, the price to sales ratio is about 2,290 to 1. 40 million of those current shares outstanding were delivered subsequent to the first quarter, with 36 million going to Trump. See page 19 of the SEC Form 10Q for the first quarter. The phrase used by DJT for this gift was, quote, earn out, end quote, which conveys a false impression that something was done to earn the generous gift of shares. But the trigger was that the stock price had to stay above a very low bar for a few days for those 40 billion shares to be awarded. They were not awarded based on anything substantial, based on revenue or earnings of the company, but just on the stock price. DJT reported first quarter revenues at $677.1 thousand, down from $1.074 million in the 2023 first quarter. A third-party firm called SimilarWeb, which tracks visitors to websites, claimed that Truth Social, quote, average number of monthly visits over the past year, just over 4 million from May 2023 to April 2024, plummeted more than 39% from the prior 12-month period from May 2022 to April 2023. See article titled, quote, Truth Social struggles to grow its U.S. user base. New data on Trump Media app shows, published on May 24, 2024 by CNBC. The shares have fallen some in after hours trading in response to Trump's felony convictions in New York. Long-term risks for the stock, as I said in the past, are obvious and include multiple felony convictions for Trump with prison time, Trump losing the November election, and Trump dying from natural causes, which old people are prone to do. DJT reported a $327.6 million loss in the first quarter using the GAAP, that's generally accepted accounting standards. Most of the loss consisted of non-cash charges. The operating loss on a year-over-year decline in revenues was reported at $12.119 million in the SEC filed press release. See the adjusted EBITDA, that's EBITDA calculation, which adds the $84.588 million in stock-based compensation expense and a $225,916 million for a change in the derivative liabilities. Both of those would be non-cash items. Many investors, including Warren Buffett, view stock compensation as an expense for shareholders since it dilutes their ownership interest in the company. That is particularly the case when the stock is awarded to insiders, with the company receiving no cash consideration for the shares at all. What benefit, ask yourself, did DJT receive for the 40 million shares given to Trump and others in the quote earnout, end quote? As I've stated in the past, I do not see a path to profitability for this company, and it would not be rational, in my opinion, to assume that an annual profit will ever be generated by DJT. Revenues are likely to remain far below operating expenses. A few years down the road, I would anticipate that if DJT is still operating, it will need to sell more shares to cover operating expenses. Starting in September 2024, when the lockup period expires, there could be a flood of insider stock selling that would depress the price and would provide more shares for shorting that would add to whatever selling pressure is created by the insider selling. If Trump unloads significant amounts, he will blame Biden and the Democrats. Any sales price is probably pure profit for Trump, since I do not believe he has any cost basis at all in the shares that have been given to him. So even if he sold at $10 or $15 or $20 and sold several million shares, it would be a bonanza for him, but not for the owners of the stock now.